Hey everyone, BS Cream 3rd year Tabiliran here. As you can see, this car is a 2010 Highlander Isuzu. So today we're gonna explore the part and function of this car. Let's go! First, this is what we call the hood. It protects the engine inside and other components of the car. And second, this is what we call the windshield. It helps cover the passenger and the driver inside. So third, this is what we call the wiper. It helps to clean the dust, and during raining, it helps to remove the rainfalls. This is what we call the headlight. It gives light during night, and it helps show the way clearly. This is what we call the signal light. There's another signal light in the right side, and there's a signal light in the left side. So if you're going to the left side, it helps you to warn the people or the next car that you will turn. This is what we call the grill. It helps to maximize the heat of the engine and or the radiator inside. This is what we call the bumper. It helps also to cover the engine and the car, especially. And this is what we call the license plate number. It helps to identify the car. And also for emergency, they can locate or identify the number or the license plate number. And this is the wheel. It helps to move, or it helps to cover the llantas there. Next this is what we call the side mirror. It helps us to see what is on the back while driving. So it symbolizes as an eye, so that it can helps us to see. So this is the door, and this is the handle. It helps open the door. So, and this is what we call the roof, or the upper part of the car. So it helps us to cover the people inside. And this is what we call the windshield, the license plate number, and the signal light, tail light, and brake light. So this is what we call the fuel tank. It symbolizes the stomach, because for me, if it is not there's no fuel in there, it's hard for the car to move. And next is the internal part. So this is what we call the steering wheels. If you want to turn left, and you will steer it in the left side, and if you want to turn right, you can turn it to the right side. And this is what we call the horn. It gives us warning to those people or to those cars in front there if they are not in the right side.
Right side.
And this is what we call the switch, or the signal light. And this is what we call the dashboard. It protects all the speedometer, which you can see the fuel gauge, or your speed, if how fast and slow you are. And this is what we call the aircon. There's a lot of aircon here. So this one, it gives us cold air. And this is what we call the clutch. You can use it when you change gear. That's one. And this is what we call the brake. So if you want to stop, or there's something not good in your driving, you will push this brake to stop. And this is what we call the accelerator. If you want to go fast, then you will push it harder, as many as you want. If you want to be dead. And this is what we call the gear. The gear helps us if you want to go to the... It is a manual gear now. So if you want to go Primera. And this is what we call the rear view mirror. You can see the passenger, or you may see the back part of the car. And this is what we call the most important, or what we call safety first. This is what we call the seat belt. So you will put it while driving, because it is required, so that it can you are safely driving. If you bump something, it will not affect to your body, no? And this is what we call the driver's seat. And this one is what we call the passenger seat. At the back also, what we call the passenger seat, so that there are a lot of people driving with you. You can enjoy. So peace out. We're gonna open the hood so that we can see the internal part of the car. This is what we call the handle. Supports to hold the hood while seeing the internal part. Next, this is what we call the heart of the car, or what we call the engine. This is what we call the radiator. It helps to cool down the engine, and it gives air ventilator inside. This one we call the air cleaner to maximize the smoothly and the run of the car. The air cleaner. And this is what we call the oil tank, so that you can put some oil to make the car run smoothly. And this is the battery. So without this battery, the car will not move or give some electricity. Or this, and next, this is the alternator, no? So the battery and the alternator are connected so that it will give electricity, like lights, aircon, or the signal lights, everything. Those are the parts and functions of the Highlander 2010 Isuzu car. I hope you will learn something, and see you in my next video.